Hey everybody, good evening. It's about 8:15 on Tuesday, 2/22/22. And I just wanted to pop on here. I know I want to come on each night and just do a short live and just talk a little bit about eating disorders. And I kind of going to change my topic tonight based on something that happened earlier. I met with my dietitian earlier, and what I want to share basically is that just because you're in recovery doesn't mean you still don't struggle. I've been having, noticing some patterns that are not where I want to be, and I know that for those patterns, they can be a red flag for me. They might be signaling that I'm starting to struggle with my eating disorder a little bit again. And through talking with my dietitian tonight, I realized that the work I'm doing with my counselor is affecting things. And as crazy as it sounds, that's a good thing. That means that I'm rewiring areas of my brain still that are still susceptible to eating disorder behavior. My counselor and I are working on some triggers that we didn't know were there. And we've been working on them for a couple months now. And I started telling my dietitian tonight that I'm noticing that I'm hungry, but I'm just kind of not, having real trouble making decisions about food. And we stripped it down to how to simplify things. We've got a menu. I came up with what I'm going to fix for the rest of the week. And that took a lot of pressure off. And it started helping me understand that what I'm dealing with my counselor and dealing with those triggers is stirring the emotions. And those emotions getting stirred up to now have resulted in eating disorder behavior. We are circumventing that system now. We're circumventing that train of thought. And because of that, it's natural that I'm going to have a little bit of struggle right now. But what's cool is that the reason we have a multifaceted treatment team in whatever situation that calls for is because I have different resources now. So I have a dietitian where I can talk about what I'm seeing. We can work some things through and come up with a plan to lessen the stress over food choices. The same way I'll still be talking to my counselor and working things through, but now it allows me to separate things out so that I can handle both sides of the spectrum, keep it both manageable, and still make progress on each one. So that's really what I wanted to come on and just share today, is just break the myth for that people in recovery are still going to struggle. One of the points I make when I speak is that unlike any other addiction, eating disorders are an addiction where you have to face what is causing the problem. Anything else in an addiction you're trying to recover, the biggest step to recovery is abstaining and not using whatever that item is, whatever the addiction is about. An alcoholic quits drinking, a drug addict quits using. But for someone in an eating disorder situation, you can't quit eating. So even though I might be struggling a little bit right now with food choices and not making the best ones that I know I can make, and I'm working on that, I still have to choose to eat. I still have to make some kind of choice. I cannot go without eating and think that, first of all, I'm going to beat an eating disorder. And second of all, that I'm going to live, because that's one of the key differences in eating disorder recovery, is that you can't abstain. You have to still find a way to make peace with food, because food's not really the object. Food's not the issue. There's something else going on behind the scenes, and it just plays itself out through your relationship with food. So when we use that phrase, relationship with food, that's what we're talking about, is that food has become the enemy when it really has nothing to do with it. It's just the way it comes out. It's the expression, the way the body expresses what's going on inside, even when you're not really sure. That's why I say repeatedly, you cannot recover from an eating disorder on your own. There are way too many things going on behind the scenes, and you have to have that support. If you are not sure where to reach out for support, you can, one, reach out to me. I would be happy to help connect you. Second of all, you can go to nationaleatingdisorders.org. They have a screening tool there. They have contacts there. They have resources there. They have a lot of articles just for educational purposes there. If there's anything that you have questions about, or might be struggling yourself, or want to know how you can help a friend, like I said, reach out to me. Go to nationaleatingdisorders.org. A lot of resources there. That's what this week is about, is to help break the stigma around eating disorders, to increase awareness, increase education. And tonight I wanted to share a little bit of what I experienced tonight to help in that regard. So have a great night. Leave your questions in the comments, message me. I'd be happy to answer them, and I'll see you tomorrow night.